Hey, I'm Freddy. See the most expensive dish on the menu? It's not there to be bought. I'm too lazy to explain. Show 'em.
Pick up the menu at any restaurant. You think it's just a list of dishes. It's not a list, it's a weapon. It wasn't designed by chefs, it was designed by consultants. People who spend years studying how to make you spend more than you meant to. And they're good at it, very good. In this video, you'll learn exactly how a menu is engineered to fool you, why the dollar sign vanished from expensive restaurants, and why there's a $1,000 dish sitting there that isn't supposed to sell at all. And around the middle, the strangest part. One of the most famous studies about menus turned out to be science you can't trust. But the trick still works. Stick around, and you'll never read a menu the same way again. First, a number that makes you uneasy. Do you know how long the average person stares at a menu before ordering? About 109 seconds, less than 2 minutes. In those seconds, it's decided how much money you'll leave at the restaurant. And the restaurant knows it. A menu is the only ad in the world you read carefully right before you reach for your wallet. The perfect moment to lean on you. That's why a whole profession appeared. The menu engineer. Not a chef, not an artist. Someone hired for one thing, to make you order more. One of America's best-known specialists, Greg Rapp, has been doing this for over 30 years. And it all grew out of ordinary business science. Back in the 70s, consultants worked out how to sort any products into the profitable and the not so profitable. Then a professor brought the idea into restaurants, and the menu turned into a profit spreadsheet disguised as a dinner list. And here's the creepy part. A menu engineer doesn't change a single dish. He only changes the paper they're written on. Same food, same chef, a different menu, and the checks grow. One restaurant, after a makeover like that, started earning $18,000 more a week. His first trick, you don't even notice. It's hidden in a single little symbol. Look at the menu in a nice restaurant. There's no dollar sign next to the price. Not $15, just 15. A coincidence? No. Researchers at Cornell ran an experiment. One group of guests got menus with normal prices, with the dollar sign. Another got the same prices, but without it. The result? The people without the dollar sign spent about 8% more, around $5.50 extra, each, in a single meal. Why? The dollar sign reminds the brain of one simple thing. You are parting with money right now. Scientists called it the pain of paying. You see the dollar, you feel the pain, you spend less. Take the dollar away, the pain dulls, and there you are, adding a dessert. And that's just the start. Menus used to line the prices up in a neat column on the right, with a dotted line running from each dish to its price. Convenient, right? You slide your eye down the column, find the cheapest thing, and order it. Which is exactly why they don't do that anymore. On a modern menu, the price is tucked right at the end of the dish description, in the same small font, with no line at all. So your eye glides right past it and doesn't even slow down. There's simply nothing left to compare. But the cruelest trick isn't in how they hide the price. It's in a dish you'll never order. Remember the $1,000 dish Freddy mentioned? Here's where it comes in handy. That same Greg Rapp once showed this trick live on television. He put a giant $1,000 lobster dish right at the top of the menu. No one in their right mind orders it, and no one's supposed to. It has a different job. Right beneath it, an asparagus dish for $20. $20 for asparagus is frankly expensive. But next to $1,000, it looks like a gift. So you take the asparagus, pleased that you saved. This is called the decoy. The most expensive dish on the menu usually isn't there to sell. It's there to make everything around it look cheap. And this isn't made up. A famous economist ran a famous experiment. A major international magazine offered a subscription 3 ways. Website only, $59. Print only, $125. And website plus print together, also $125. Notice the oddity? Print alone and print plus website cost exactly the same. Why would anyone take print only? No reason. It's a decoy. And here's what happened. When the decoy was on the list, 84% of people chose the most expensive option. When it was removed, most chose the cheapest. One useless item on the list, and people carried out almost $70 more for the same thing. And speaking of choice, ever notice that good menus don't actually have that many dishes? That's also by design. When there are too many options, a person freezes and, out of fear, grabs the familiar, usually cheaper and simpler. So each section keeps about 7 dishes, no more. Less choice for you, more control for them. The same trick lives in the wine list. Ordering the cheapest wine feels awkward, like admitting out loud that you're counting pennies. So you take the second cheapest. And restaurants know this perfectly well. So that's exactly where they put the wine they make the most on. And now, the promised twist.
I always get the cheapest one. Zero pride. More money in my pocket.
Those mouth-watering dish descriptions, just like Grandma's. Behind them stands the most famous menu study of all, and it has a big problem. You've definitely seen it. Not chicken soup, but tender homemade chicken soup from Grandma's recipe. Not cookies, but Grandma's zucchini cookies. Descriptions like that are said to lift a dish's sales by 27%. Everyone repeats that number. It came from a study by a Cornell researcher. And here's the twist. It later turned out that something was badly wrong with his work. An investigation began. The researcher left the university, and 18 of his scientific papers were officially retracted, meaning they were declared untrustworthy. The most famous number about menus stands on very shaky ground. But here's what matters. The trick itself still works. Menu engineers swear by it. Other studies confirm a beautiful description doesn't raise the dish's price. It raises your sense of its value. Call the chicken farm-raised and the soup an old family recipe, and they already seem tastier. Even though nothing in the kitchen has changed one bit. It's as if you've already tasted the dish a little before the plate even arrives, and you're ready to pay more. Now the second myth, and it's even better. Maybe you've heard of the golden triangle. Supposedly, the eye jumps around a menu along a special path, and the most profitable dishes get placed in those hotspots. A pretty theory. Menu designers love to repeat it. Except when people were fitted with eye-tracking devices, it turned out there is no triangle. People read a menu like a book, top to bottom, left to right. And you know what that means in practice? That the restaurant's most profitable dish simply gets placed first on the list, because everyone sees the first one. Boring, but it works. Half the rules about menus are a myth, and the other half are so simple they're enough to beat you. And that's the whole point. Think about the spot you're in. On one side, the restaurant. It has data on thousands of guests, consultants, years of research. Every font, every comma calculated. On the other side, you, hungry, tired after work, and 109 seconds to decide. It's an unfair game, You can't beat the menu on speed. It was built for the person who's in a hurry and deciding on an empty stomach. But you don't need to, because all these tricks share one weakness. They count on you being in a rush, on you deciding on autopilot. Take away the rush, and half the magic evaporates. Here on this channel, we have a simple rule. It's not the fastest who survive, it's the calmest. Our sloth is slow, and that's his superpower. While everyone scrambles, he takes a pause, and that pause is worth money. Yours, in your pocket. What do you do about it? Nothing complicated. Next time you pick up a menu, just slow down for a couple of seconds. Notice whether there are dollar signs or whether they've been removed. Find the most expensive dish and tell yourself, that's a decoy, to make everything else look cheap. Catch yourself in the reflex to grab the second cheapest wine, and ask yourself one simple question. Do I actually want this, or was I led to it? This isn't a call to stop going to restaurants. Go, enjoy. It's a call to pay for the food, not for someone else's psychology. If this helped, subscribe to The Sloth. In the next episode, we'll break down another trick that pulls money out of your pocket so smoothly you don't even feel it. And until then, don't rush, think slowly, and see you up on the branch.